John G. Jones Research Lodge 147. That's the YouTube. And I'm coming to you live here on TikTok. So come on in and join us for a little while. So we're going to talk about holistic moderation. Holistic moderation. So what we do in my lodge, which is Hosea Lodge number 7, we're chartered under John G. Jones Grand Lodge of California. But what we do here is that in order for someone to go into the next degree, they have to they have to do research. They have to come and give a lecture on what that degree is all about. It's a written lecture that they have to give, and they have to pass it out and give this lecture. You know, it's good to know the Q&A, but it's even better when you go into the degree work and then come out and give a lecture or written lecture on this degree work. Now, I've gotten this from a couple of other people, and I'm going to tell you that Brother Calvin Beaumont, did out and and I think is going to really benefit the lodge. What happens a lot of time with a lot of members, and the reason they leave is because of the activity. The reason your members leave is because of the activity. That's the honest truth. You know, what you do, what most people do with their members is that you go through this Q&A thing. And once they learn the Q&A, it's all good. It's not all good. See, I will share this with you. You know, when a person leaves our lodge, well, you say, okay, you know what? You made a choice to go somewhere else. So why did you make a choice to go somewhere else? And they would tell us. So what we do is we go back and we insert different techniques and things that's going to benefit the lodge as a whole, because you learn, you know. So when we're talking about holistic I want to make sure I say this word right, holistic moderation, we're talking about the development process that leads human beings to become more of a whole. So what we want to do, we want to integrate health. We want to integrate all areas in your life to help you to become more of a complete person. We want to integrate the sciences, the psychology, and recognizing that we want to bring all that in our Masonic degree work, especially in the inner apprentice degree work. So when we talk about holistic moderation, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about bringing in and helping to develop the whole person, because that person who's becoming a Mason is now coming into a society or a fraternity with new ideas. Probably maybe they coming in and can show you some things that you're not necessarily doing that can help in the development of your lodge. And in the process, what you're going to do, you're going to help develop that person into becoming a better Mason. Not a man, because he's already a good man, but a Mason, okay, on a speculative level. And if he's already a Mason on the other level, that means that he actually can do the work. That's even better. But when he comes in and you present him these particular working tools to help spiritually develop him in a speculative side of things, you should be able to break that down. And what does that look like? Holistic moderation is that type of I want to say lectures that you bring in to help develop that person. Because like a lot of times you're going back and forth with the lectures. Hey, what is this? This is that. You know, you're going back and forth with the Q&As. That's great. But when a person can actually write a full lecture and pass it out and then give that lecture, that lets me know that this person is really developing, you know. And what we try to do is teach it as a class, you know. And when you are able to bring that in, it helps that person become and develop into a better Mason. You talk about a rough ashland. How does that fit into your lodge? How does that fit? It fits because once he's done with that particular degree, especially in the EA degree, now he can take and apply those working tools in the holistic moderation of Masonry. He can then go in, what's going on, T? He can then go in and begin to develop. And when he is in there developing that and breaking that down and understanding what it's all about, it is so much better. It is different than what you usually get. And this is, to me, the best way to help develop your brothers of the craft. You have to give them things to do. And one of the things that we're doing is allowing them to bring forth a different aspect of Freemasonry. And in the process, what we're going to do is help them to develop into a better man. And when I say a better man, I'm not talking about better as far as your work is concerned. You're already a good man. You're already that. That's why we wanted you to be in here in the beginning. What we're saying is we're going to help you to become a better speculative Mason with working tools that operative Mason use. So it's going to be more of a I don't want to say spiritual, but it is. I don't want to say it, but it's true. It is really, really true. You can call it what you want, because this is on a whole nother spectrum, a whole nother level, a whole nother portal, a whole nother door to your being. Masonry has a system. It really has a system. There's a cultural in Masonry. But what it is most people are not able to identify the culture in Freemasonry. And when you're not able to do that, therein lies a great divide, misunderstanding, miscommunication, and a whole lot of other things. But hey, how you doing over here on TikTok? I'm on both pages. So if you want to come over to the John G. Jones Research Live part, you can join us on there. And if you want to come up live on the TikTok, you can join us on there too. Please hit the like button for me. I certainly would appreciate it. But tonight we're talking about holistic moderation. And what is holistic moderation? In our inter apprentice degree, we talk about the development of the person, the whole being, and we try to integrate health. We try to integrate not only health, but there's a word I'm looking for. The psychology part of that. We want to integrate all of that into helping that person to grow. And this is, to me, this is the best. I mean, I really enjoy this part. And I'm thankful that the brothers have allowed myself and some of the other brothers to introduce this content into Freemasonry. And what that does is it brings forth an ideal of those fractions that should work together to coordinate in an efficient manner. Your religion, whatever that may be, has also got to be recognized to a level of being, and has an insert in those areas and levels beyond. So what happens is we talk about Masonry as far as not being a religion, but every person that comes into Masonry believes in a supreme being. They may be a Muslim, be it Shiite or Sunni, yeah. And then he may be even, there's another one, Sufi. Then he may be of a Christian denomination, Baptist, Methodist, Presbyterian, may be a Catholic. Yeah, they're Masons too. But what you do with that is that this is helps them to develop that whole being, and they're just not locked in the whole coordinating thing. And I like that part with in regards to Freemasonry, and that is to help to develop the whole. This is what we're working on. We want to help develop the. So if you're coming into our lodge, my lodge, Hosea Lodge, when you're able to do that, this is what I'm finding. So please hit the like button. And okay, you're going to touch on the sciences of how does that fit into Freemasonry. You're going to touch on all of the aspects that help that person become well grounded in life, not just in life, but also in their faith. You're going to do the good works that comes along with it. Okay, you're going to increase in different knowledge in different aspects of different things if you choose to apply that. I said earlier today, a person that has a flicker of light, or a person who has light, he doesn't know what he has until he walks into darkness. And that is where his light should shine. I'm going to say this again. A person who has light, okay, or think they may have light, they don't know until they walk into darkness. And when they walk into darkness, that's when that light shines. That's when it's supposed to shine. That's when you walk into a room, people are going to say, hey, that guy right there, or there's some, that's where that light going to shine at. But if you can't do that, then it ain't going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. That's where that's at. So these are just one of the lessons that we teach especially during our inner apprentice degree work. It's called holistic. That gives that person an opportunity to come into that lodge and really be a part of the lodge, not just as an inner apprentice, but a part of the lodge. That means he has a buy-in to the lodge. A lot of times, brothers don't have a buy-in. They're told to sit over in the corner. Hey, just sit over there. You'll be all right. Please hit the like button. I certainly would appreciate it. You know, that's what's told to a lot of brothers. You know, you're an inner apprentice. Sit over there. Sit over there. Sit over there. Nah, get that person involved. You know, last night, when we had our study session last night, we talked on quite a few things. Last night, one of the things that we talked about last night in our inner apprentice work, and I thought it was like, oh yeah, you got to get you this guy. Yeah, we got to do this. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. One of the things we talked about last night was the behavior. You know, your behavior when you become a Mason. The things when you come in is going to either amplify. If you've already lied to get in because you said you believe in supreme being. You took your oath upon your book of faith, okay, whatever that is. Then when you do that, your behavior should change. It should. You begin to grow. And I'm just telling you what we are doing here. Greetings to you. Greetings to everybody who's coming in, be it whether on TikTok or you're here on the YouTube live on the John G. Jones Research Lodge. I just think the lodges should try to develop that person as a whole. He's already a good person, and what you want to do is introduce him into Freemasonry, and you want him to understand the esoteric. You want him to understand how does that come into play, because although you may give him these particular working tools, which are not physical per se, but more spiritual. Now, how does that play out? Esoterically speaking, how does that play out in helping him to develop as a person, as a whole person? Okay, how does that play out? And I think that when we are able to lay down that foundation, it's a lot better. I believe that. I believe it's a lot better. Hold on just a second. I think when we're able to do that, and a lot of times that is definitely missed in a lot of the lodges, because a lot of the lodges, let's just be honest. Let's be honest now. A lot of your Masonic lodges, they don't touch on spirituality. They don't touch on the emotional person or the physical or the mental. They don't touch it. But that's what you're supposed to be touching on. That is exactly what you're supposed to be touching on. You're supposed to be touching on the spirituality, okay? The institution, the inspiration, the wisdom, and creativity, okay? You're supposed to touch on the mental, okay? The reasoning, the analysis, the memory, the judgment and understanding, those things that come along with the mental conquest of a person. But those things are rarely touched upon. Greetings, everybody who's coming in. I hope that you're able to hit that like button for me. So tonight, the conversation is about holistic moderation. What is holistic moderation? You know, that is something that we talked about yesterday in our study session, was holistic moderation. So if you're here, you got a question you want to ask about it, please do ask about it. Greetings, everybody who's about to come in. What's up, Z? I hope I said that right. What's up, Lux? Lyman Lux. What's up, man? How you doing? Tonight we're talking about holistic moderation. We're talking about in our Masonic lodges here, what we do is we bring in and help develop the whole person, be it the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, and physicalness of the person. You know, how do you join? Well, how do you join Freemasonry, or how do you join my lodge? And when I say my lodge, I just need to know if you're in San Diego or California, I got you covered. If you're somewhere else, maybe I can get you in as far as lodges that I may know there. And there are lodges everywhere, so it doesn't even matter. So, but yeah, definitely, if you're interested in becoming a Mason, yeah, definitely, I can plug you in. Let me tell you about me, by the way, while you're here. Look, if you want to be a Mason, I'm that guy. If you want, I know Prince Hall Brothers. I plug you in there, okay? I know brothers from mainstream. I plug you in there. I know brothers from a variety of Masonic lodges. And I'm not mad about which lodge you join. Okay, I'm not. I just want to make sure that wherever you go, that you're going to be okay with where you're at. You need to get into a lodge that fits your needs and what you're looking for out of masonry. I can tell you what we offer here. I can't tell you what everybody else offers. So if you're here, we're going to offer you an esoteric side of Freemason. We're going to have you to do those studies and write those papers and really get involved with what you're involved with. That's what we're going to do here. It's just not going to be community service, which is great. We do that every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we go down on 69th and Imperial here in San Diego with the food bank, and there we are. Be it our nobles or be it the brothers from the lodges, whatever. We go down on Tuesdays. So if you want to volunteer, that's what we at on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday. We've been doing it for the past 3 or 4 years now because of COVID. And before that, we was doing other things. But since this is like every Tuesday, we already know. So that's just one of the activities we're involved with, that can actually help develop that person, being around other individuals within that same work, because it is the individuals or the company that hosts that on Tuesdays is I'm My Brother's Keeper. That's the name of the company, okay, that hosts that event every Tuesday here. So that's what we do. And we do that because we feel that's going to help develop that person as a whole. I know other lodges may have different programs, and you should. You should have different programs for that brother to come in and really help develop himself within the framework of Freemasonry. And then once he's done that, he moves to the next degree. And for us, that's the fellowcraft. He moves to the fellow, and we do the same thing. So when you come into a lodge, you don't have to say, well, I just got to sit over here. No, you don't just sit over in the northeast corner of the lodge. No, you just don't sit there. You are actively engaged in what's taking place. You have a say-so. You have a stake in the growth and development of the lodge. We want the whole person to be involved. Not just, oh man, I gotta sit over here and learn that. No, not just sit and learn it. You're gonna get in it. And you're gonna soak it up. And then you're gonna become, as they say, a devil spawn. I got that from Will B. Smith. I got that from my brother Eric Sutton and some of the other brothers. They said, you're gonna become a devil spawn. That's cracked me up, man. I tell you, that's funny as heck. But yeah, so that's how we do it. I can't talk about nobody else, but that's how we get down with it. So if you hit the like button, I certainly would appreciate it over on the TikTok side. But here, we want you to be spiritually engaged. We want you to be mentally engaged. We want you to be engaged in such a way till it really helps to develop you into becoming what most would say that better man. But we want you to become that better Mason. You're already that good man. So the way we look at it is helping you to become the best Mason that you can be. So when you're out and about and you're traveling, when you step into a room that is dark, your light is shining so bright, you don't have to have on the jewelry. You don't have to have on the ring. But because of when you step in a room, you're so confident about the degree work and about what you know in regards to Freemasonry, you're comfortable no matter where you're at. You're comfortable. And that's what we want for our members. We want you to be comfortable. We want you to know the works, the in and out parts. We want you to be well-rounded and developed as a Mason, especially when you're first coming in. That inner apprentice degree, we say, be cautious. Oh, for sure. But in the process of being cautious, we want you to take everything in. So we're going to give you information that's not even in your ritual. We're going to say, here you go. Now, when you do your research paper and you come back and give that lecture that's going to be it. That lecture is it. If you can't do it, then you don't move. If you can't do it, you don't move. A lot of lodges don't do that. A lot of lodges do a Q&A. Hey, learn this here. And you learn the Q&A and the catechism with that, and it's a wrap. But no, you're not here. You won't do that here. What you do is you have to write a paper. and it got to be at least 2 to 3 pages. And you're going to do that lecture. You're going to pass it out to each brother of the craft that's there. And then based upon that lecture that you're giving will be based upon in the lodge. He's just not, well, you know, I'm an inner apprentice. No, you're just not an inner apprentice Mason. The foundation of the lodge sits upon your shoulders. The foundation of the lodge sits upon your shoulders. Now we got to figure out how to make that rough Ashley a perfect Ashley by giving you the instruments and working tools to help you work on yourself as a whole. That's why we call that holistic moderation, because we want to work on you as a whole. That chisel. See, I'm going to say this here for us. You know, I know you can find this in most Masonic rituals. You can go buy this. It ain't no big ass secrets. You know, well, you know, I'm not. It ain't no. You can go buy the rituals now. However, what you don't get is the experience. You don't get that just by buying a ritual and reading it and call yourself, I'm good. You don't get that. You have to experience the ritualistic rites of ceremonies and going through that degree. Greetings to everybody. Greetings to everybody. Greetings to King Solomon, number 10, AF and AM. What's up, Z? Greetings to you. May I ask, what are you talking about? I have been considering the Masons. What I'm talking about is the holistic moderation of helping to develop a Mason into a whole person with the working tools of that which is presented to him in his rites of ceremonies when he is now a Mason. That's what I'm talking about. So some lodges don't do it that way, but we do it this way because we want that person to be totally engaged and understanding the works that he is now engaged in and what it is to be a Mason. So that's what we are talking about tonight. So welcome aboard. I hope that you are enjoying the conversation. Everybody, just hit the like button. You know, come on in and hit the like button. I certainly would appreciate it if you're over on TikTok. You know, but I definitely want to give my my new junior warden of my lodge. I want to give him a big shout out. What's up, brother Maurice? He was here. He was working last night, but he's joined in with the Zoom last night. And I want to send brother Stansberry a big shout out. Mikhail's, what's going on with you? He's now the new junior warden for Aries Lodge. I want to send him a big shout out. So, and by the way, gentlemen, don't forget, next month is your installation. So don't tip. Don't do that. Next month is your installation. Don't do that. I know past master Will B. Smith will be upset. You know, so that's what we're going to do next month. So tonight, as I'm saying, this is what we're talking about. I hope you're getting something out of it. If you come both, I'm talk tonight, and I'm here, and I'm just sharing a little bit with the individuals here in regards to what I call holistic moderation. That's the development of the whole person as he enters Masonry. That's the conversation tonight. That is something that we try to help a person as he come into Freemasonry. What is it all about? And doing that, then that person's now is engaged in what's actually taking place. He is not just sitting on the sideline. He's engaged and giving him that work to do. And what we call work is a mere fact of participating within the lodge in the activities. And then it's like going to school. Here's some work for you to do. This is your homework. Your homework is to write a lecture on this, and this. And you're going to present this lecture. And when you present this lecture, it would then to be determined whether you should proceed to the next degree or not. So it's not just based on your catechism. It's not based on you answering the question that's in the book. It's based on the whole. And that's what we want to do. We want to help develop the whole person, which a lot of times never really happens in most lodges. It never really happens in most lodges because what they do is they're not interested in helping to develop the whole person. They want your money. They you know, get them dues money, man. We got to get them dues in. But that's not here. I'm telling you what we do here. All right? I can't speak for everybody else. Hosea Lodge as well. What's up, Mickey? What's going on with you, bro? I see you. I see you. I got my moderator in here tonight. Nico just popped in. What's going on with you, brother? I hope everything is well with you. You know, so you can pop on over on the TikTok side, or you can pop on here. But we doing both, and it's funny. I got more members, more people watching on the YouTube side than I got on the TikTok side. I thought it'd been different on both sides, but it works all the way. It works all the way. Congratulations, Aries Lodge. I hope to visit when I come to San Diego. Well, that would be up to Wishful Master Sanchez. That would be up to him. You got to talk to him for that visit. That's great. You know, last night we had a good study session last night over here, and worked on a few things. I'm just sharing, you know, we worked on a few things as far as that was concerned. And one of the things that we really got into was when a person comes into the Masonic order, we want to work on their behavior as far as to help them to develop as a whole person. I keep saying that over and over again, because what we want to do here, we don't just want you to come in and say, oh, I'm a Mason. We want you to come in and be actively involved. That's what we want from you. That's what we want you to be. So when you're out and about, we want you to be comfortable. So when you walk into a room, they're going to already know. They're going to already know. That's the type of Mason we want to develop here. That's what we work on here. I can't talk about no place else. And that's the beauty of it all. So the information that we have, we lay it out to you. Here's your study guide. You're going to take this, and out of this study guide, you're going to write a full lecture. A full lecture. Come back, give that lecture, and based upon that lecture that you give to each person that's there, will determine whether you go to the next degree or not. To memorize the Q&A is great. It's great. But to write a lecture on it is even better. I'm going to say that again. To memorize the Q&A is great, but to write a lecture on it is even better. So what we do here, there's a strategy to what we do, because when you get done writing that lecture, the Q&A won't even matter. It won't even matter. It will not matter at all. What's up, brother Larry Diamond, Grandmaster Larry Diamond? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. If brother Larry Diamond, if you Tuesday for a live Zoom, we have the brothers from Washington Union Lodge will be joining us on Tuesday. Washington Union Lodge will be joining us Tuesday. If you want to join us for that live Zoom we'll be having, you're certainly welcome to participate. I didn't email you, but I'll make sure you get that information so you can join us. I don't know what your schedule is, but it's going to be 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Okay, we're going to do a live Zoom with Washington Union Lodge. So you're welcome to participate and hop on. But tonight we're talking about holistic moderation. That is the wholeness of a person when they are in the first degree. So when they're in the first degree, we're talking about the development of spirituality, the mentality, the emotional and physicalness of the person. That's what we're looking at developing. Period. Right, boom. And then that person turns around and write a lecture on it. Most lodges don't, I don't know. I've heard different things, you know, and I would say even for myself, when I first came into Masonry, you know, umpteen years ago, almost 3 decades. Well, no, it's over 3 decades now. I'm going to going to 4 decades. Ooh, what I'm seeing is that when I first came in, the old heads, the lodge, I mean, it was the Q&A. You had to get the Q&A. You had to get that work in. And now with younger members who are there, they have helped to develop this whole new thing. And I call it a new thing, and I'm really serious. This whole new thing. Now it's just more than just the Q&A. The lecture is going to show if the brother is serious in studies. Absolutely. Z, absolutely. And that's the reason being, because most people don't do that. They don't. They don't do the lecture. What most do is that they do the Q&A. But when you have that brother to write a lecture, that's a whole nother world. Write the lecture. Come and give it and pass it out. That's going to determine, as you said, how serious is that brother? How serious is he? And for us as a lodge, we're going to not only know how serious you are, we're going to help develop that whole process, that whole person. Because now you're coming from darkness to light. And most people won't be able to understand. When I say, when a brother comes through the doors of Freemasonry, he's coming from a dark place into light. And you're like, well, how is that? Well, that's why you have to go through the initiation rites and ceremonies. You won't know. You can go pick up the ritual, everybody. Oh, okay. Thank you. I don't know. I got a bad signal back here. I need to get those little things they told me to go buy and plug into the wall with the increase the strength in the Wi-Fi, But with that being said, as we deal with the whole person, and as Brother Z stated so eloquently a few minutes ago regarding it helps to develop that person and see how serious they are when it comes to masonry. That's exactly what it does. Because a lot of people aren't that serious. They say they are, but they're not that serious. They are really not that serious. Let's see. Inner EA was my favorite degree. It was a humbling journey. Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet, bruh. It can be that, It can definitely be humbling. Absolutely can be. There you go. That's up there. Okay. That was that was a wild loop. I should try to switch over, but since I've been on here going on 30 minutes, I don't think I want to switch right now. I thank you for holding during that loop, because I'm like, shit. So I appreciate you holding during that loop. Brother Nico was here last night. He had me cracking up as we was going through our study session. And he straight told me, he said, no, past Master Hawkins, nope, that's not what we're gonna do here. Nope, if you're gonna do that, because I told him some things. He said, if you're gonna do that, I'm taking that. He straight told me to my face, I'm taking that. We taking that. So you might as well share the information. You might as well share it. And so last night when we had the AA over, and then we had those that was on the live Zoom, that was the process. Because a lot of brothers don't get that process. They get brought in and that's it. Now you're in. Sit over in the northeast corner. Boom, that's it. But that's not what we want for you here. I don't want that for no Mason. I want to help you to be the best Mason you can. I want to help you to develop and grow. So if you are looking to become a Mason, I don't care about the jurisdiction you want to join. If I can help get you plugged in, I'm gonna get you plugged in. That's me. I can agree to disagree with some brothers, but I'm not gonna shun a brother who's looking to become a Mason and tell you, nah, man, I don't think you should go over there. I'm not that dude. You're talking to the wrong guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're talking to the wrong guy. Now there are some members within my jurisdiction and be like, oh, hell no, I wouldn't do it. And I get it. But in order for me to grow and to develop to the person I desire to be, in the long run, the big picture, I can't be caught up in that in that vicious cycle. I have to come out of there. Now, sometimes, just recently, I found myself in the mud, for lack of a better word. Brothers, is John G. Lodge out here in LA? Yes, sure is. If you want to, I tell you what, Nico, put this email in the chat for me, Brother Nico, if you don't mind, sir. That email is going to be jgjafam@yahoo.com. And if you email me and you're interested and you're in Los Angeles and that's what you want to do, yeah, we got lodges in LA. Certainly. Once again, that email address, if you're in Los Angeles, San Diego, Southern California, we got you covered. In Northern California, even if you're in Northern California, you just hit me up. We can make it happen for you. That email is going to be jgj, where we're at. That's how you can catch us. Put that in there. I certainly would appreciate it. I'm gonna do one more better for you. If you want to call in tonight while I'm live, if you want to call in and you got questions, certainly you can do that. That number you can call in to is going to be 619. You ready? No, I'm gonna give you a new number. Put this number in the chat for me, brother Nico. 61 is going to be 858-707-5582 is the number. Once again, that number is 858-707-5582. You can call that number if you want to have that conversation tonight on holistic maturation. Holistic moderation. That's the subject for tonight. And that next to the last time, maybe coming back here and doing a live back here tonight. That's weird. I don't know why, but please hit the like button. I appreciate everybody coming in. And as I said before, if you want to call in, you certainly can do that. If you're in, there you go. Thank you for the number. I'm still here. If you want to call in, please do it. Presenting a lecture is important. Yeah, absolutely. Got your GP making writing way easy. Yes. And it won't, yeah, absolutely. It won't populate. Yes, absolutely. So if you want to give a call while I'm still here, you're certainly welcome to do so. I'm sorry that those of you who was on here earlier that you had to fall off because I had this serious loop going on. I'm definitely going to have to do something about that. But as I'm here right now, certainly I want to send a big shout out to you. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with me tonight as we talk about the holistic moderation of Freemasonry. I got a few more minutes left. Come on back in, join me, and check and just check that out. What does that mean? So if you got a minute in your day, look up holistic moderation, and that'll tell you what we do here. When you look up that is just a part of some of the things that we offer, some of the things that we do in helping to develop our mentor apprentices to be the best Mason they can be. That's just the truth. And to me, that's how it should be. Brother Nico, did you get that information I emailed out today? Let me know. And if not, then I'm going to have to resend that back out. I just need to know whether you got it or not. That's what I need to know. If you got it, great. If you didn't, then I'm going to have to get that back over to you. If anybody want to reach out, talk to me live while I'm still here, you certainly can do so. That number has been put in the chat. So please check out the chat and just give a call, and we can have that conversation while I'm still hot. I'm just reading some of the things that people have been asking. The young man that was asking about being a Mason, he never did tell me what part of the country he was in. And if he's still on here live, let me know, and we can get him connected. It's going to be at 7 o'clock. And greetings, brother Sylvester, from the most wishful United Grand Lodge out of Texas. Greetings to you. I hope that everything is going well with you, and that you're able, as always, or anyone who's listening or may come back across this later on, that you're able to get something out of this particular conversation tonight. So look, I'm not going to hold you long. Nobody really wanted to call in tonight and chit chat, and that's okay. But I do appreciate you tuning in and having this conversation with me via through the chat. And congratulations once again to all of the new Worshipful Masters. And to Brother Larry Diamond, please don't forget April the 27th in Las Vegas is the Raising in the Desert. If you're interested in seeing something different, and you are a Master Mason, and you want to come out to the Raising in the Desert in Las Vegas in April, you're certainly welcome to do so. However, the process is going to be, you got to present your Masonic membership card. In order to participate, you have to present it. You have to be vouched for. So we ain't that organization to say this or that, but you gotta be vouched for. If you want to participate, reach out to one of the Wishful Masters, and or just send us an email. But you gotta be able to participate. You gotta be able to show proof of membership. It doesn't, and we ain't, I'm not gonna hype on your Grand Lodge, what Grand Lodge you from. I ain't hyping on that. Because apparently you've gone through the process already. You already know. This is just a different experience for you. To see it done outside on the Star Recovery deck. In the wee hours in the morning. In the deserts of Las Vegas. It is an experience. So, Brother Larry Diamond, I'm going to give you this date once again. April the 27th. Okay? I'm going to be in Vegas for at least a day, definitely a whole day ahead of time. And early Saturday morning when we kick this off, it's going to be interesting. If you never experienced that before and you want to come out April the 27th, Las Vegas, Raising in the Desert, we do it once a year, every year. And it's that time again. So, hey, that's how we do it here. And I tell you what, it's going to be an experience that you'll never forget. That's the truth. So with that being said, if I don't see any more questions, email or text me. I will certainly do that. As a matter of fact, once I'm off tonight, I will give you a call. I hope you ain't at work. I hope you're off. But I'll make sure that happens. Alexander number 9, Los Angeles. Absolutely. I appreciate that, Noble. Noble Diaz just put it in. If you're in Los Angeles and you're looking for a lodge in Los Angeles that works up under the Most Wishful John G. Jones Grand Lodge of California, that is the lodge. That's Alexander Lodge. Let me tell you, Alexander Lodge is a little different. I have to say, them boys are a little different. That's one of our youngest lodges. They move a little different. I can respect that and appreciate that. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you gotta pull that coattail though, cause I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and log off tonight. Hope everybody's enjoyed themselves. And Brother Larry Diamond, I'm gonna definitely hit you up. So whatever you do, keep your light on, stay out the bushes. And I may have to come back and do this at a later date because of the looping that was going on. But out of that, I hope that you gotten something out of it. Peace and be well. I'm out.